guys, it is Tanya, and welcome back to the channel, and welcome to another speed build. As you can see from the title, we are building another base game home, and it's actually been a little while since I've done one. And I know in the past I've been like, I love base game homes, they're so much fun, I like limitations, and so it's fun to do them occasionally. And I'm actually hoping to do a larger one sometime soon, because this is a 2-bedroom, 2-bathroom home, coming in at just over 76,000 simoleons. So it's definitely not a starter home, but it's not a very big home either. And so I do want to do a bigger home. So if you guys have suggestions on the size of a base game home you'd like to see, how many bedrooms, please let me know, because I want to do some bigger family homes sometime soon, because I haven't done any in a while. And base game is one of the ones I want to do, but I'm probably going to do some just general larger family homes sometime soon, although most of the things I have on my to-do list that I really want to do are not large family homes, which is kind of exciting for once, because I feel like I do build a lot of family homes, so it's nice to change it up a little bit. But I have been doing a lot of builds that include a lot of packs lately, so I thought it would be nice to take a step back and just do a base game build today. So hopefully you guys do enjoy this one. I had a lot of fun doing it, and I ended up making it green in the end. It changes the colors so many different times, so I did take out me painting the exterior of this house, but I did leave in the floor plan because I've gotten positive feedback on keeping in the floor plan, so it's in this one. So hopefully you guys like that. But we're getting closer to the final shape of this house, and just adding some columns out back. And we have like a fake garage, which inside ends up being kind of like a study/skill building room, which I think works out pretty nicely in the end. And I just really like the shape of this house. It's very simple, and it looks like just a cute little family home you'd see someplace. And that's definitely what I aimed for in this build, because I assumed that this family had 2 kids. So there's 2 bedrooms, but one of them has 2 double beds in it, and it's a pretty colorful bedroom. And I've just been making a lot of colorful rooms lately. I mean, I'm trying to stay away from black and gray. I know one of the builds this week, it slipped in there, but I'm trying to do more colorful and interesting things, trying to, get out of my comfort zone a little bit and expand on some new styles. So of course, if you guys have any more suggestions, please leave those in the comment section down below. But this is the shape of the house, and it's so cute. I don't know why I fell in love with this house, but sometimes when I'm building, once I get like the exterior shape, I'm like, oh my god, it's so cute, and I'm like so excited to finish it because I think it's really adorable. And this is one of those houses that I felt really good about, so I really hope you guys like it. But we just changed this little upstairs area to be this instead of like a little dormer. It's more like this shape. I don't know how to explain that, but that's not actually usable space. It's just for decoration. This is a 1-story home, which I really like doing. One-story homes that look like they're 2-story homes. It just gives it a little bit more decoration of little things coming out of the roof, rooms coming out of the roof, essentially, because the roof looks pretty bland if there's nothing up there. So it's nice to do that occasionally. And then I'm making this little flower bed using these items from Debug. I don't know what they're actually called. They're just like these little boxes, and I do this in the front yard and in the backyard. I just think it looks really nice, and I try and add a little bit extra landscaping details in base game homes to make them look a little bit more special. And I use these occasionally. They're very tedious to place down, because you can't is it Shift or Alt? One of those two that you can hold down to continue placing the same object. You can't do that with debug items. So you have to manually grab every single one, size it up, rotate it, and then go grab another one and do the exact same thing. So it's a little way more tedious than most items when you have to place a lot of them. So I don't do that too often. I also really enjoyed this build because of that brick that we got, I don't know, sometime last year in an update for free to the base game, and it just looks so cute. I really like it, so I'm always excited to go ahead and use that, because it makes, even though it is base game, since it wasn't always something we had, it just makes the house feel less base game, if that makes sense, when I can add things that are extra and I think look really nice. One other thing I wanted to mention is in this build, I did add something that was from the holiday pack, and the holiday pack is free, and so you'd have it no matter what, as long as you download it through Origin anyway. But when I was taking the screenshots and such, I decided to take it out and put a different item in its place that was base game. So that way on the gallery, this pack is actually tagged as base game, not base game plus holiday pack. So just wanted to let you guys know that I had added some jars that had candles in them that came with the most recent holiday update, but I swapped them out for different candles that came with the game. So I will point that out again when we get to it. But right now we're just figuring out the landscaping in the backyard, and we're about to use those items again to, frame it out like we did in the front yard. And I think it looks pretty cute. And gonna just extend this back porch area, and we have nothing too crazy. I didn't feel like this house needed a pool. It was a little too much, but we do have some monkey bars out here, as well as a table and chairs and a barbecue. And I believe we add a chess table up on the porch as well as another activity to do outside. I think that's kind of nice. And I feel like I told this story before, but it just made me think of it because I did go outside to play chess once, but I didn't have like a chess table set up like that. It was just like a board that we brought outside. And when I was a kid, my dad was like, oh, let's go play chess out on the back deck and let's bring our bird with us. I had a Harlequin macaw. His name is Sammy, and my dad thought it was a good idea to bring him outside while we played chess, and he flew away. And it took us a couple of days to get him back. This is so weird. This is like little Tanya, like 7 or 8 years old, being like, I don't think that's a good idea. We shouldn't bring the bird outside. He could fly away. My dad's like, no, it's fine. It's fine. And so we brought Sammy outside, and he promptly flew away. And we saw where he flew to. We couldn't get him to come down. And so after a couple of days of trying, because he was in a very tall tree above a neighbor across the street, not our street, like a different street across the street. He was in a tree behind their house, a very tall tree, and he wouldn't come down for days. And eventually they knew he was up there, and they let us go over there to try and get him down. They gave us permission to basically go in their yard whenever we needed to try and do whatever we could to get him down until we got him. And so Sammy had a brother, because we had 2 Harlequin macaws. They were Sammy and Carlos. And we put Carlos in an old guinea pig cage so we could bring him to the neighbor's house, hopefully to lure Sammy out of the tree, using Carlos as I don't know, a reward, inspiration, so he would fly down, and he did. And he flew straight into the neighbor's house and hit the house and fell onto the ground. And we caught him and put him in the guinea pig cage with Carlos, and we brought him home. And I know you didn't watch this video to hear a story about Harlequin macaws getting caught in guinea pig cages, but there you go. Never bring your birds outside when you're playing chess. That's the moral of this story. But I just skipped by this entire kitchen. It's very green in here. I brought that in from the exterior. I thought it was nice to have a little bit of green in the kitchen, and those base game countertops are pretty nice as well. And I love the yellow flowers on the outside. I think it just really complements the green of the house. And just adding some debug items over here. I was looking for something else, but maybe one of the debug items I don't even remember what I was looking for, wasn't base game. There's so many things I'm like, oh, let me just grab this. And I forget so many things aren't base game. So I just grabbed some spoons and put them on the counter. And then we're adding a fireplace in here. We do end up moving it to a different wall momentarily, but I was trying it here first, but then I realized there wasn't a good place to put the TV to have, Sims be able to just chill comfortably in this room without it being an awkward setup. I thought of putting it over there, but it didn't really work, but I'll be moving that shortly. And we ended up using these sofas in this room, which I think are really nice. They're some of my go-to base game sofas, so always happy to use those. And then we're going to be painting a little bit in here. I believe we have one beige wall and the other ones stay white, adding this rug and this nice coffee table as well. And that's the item, the candles, that I ended up changing out for a different item before I uploaded this to the gallery. So apologies on that, but it'll make it so it's tagged properly, so you guys will be able to find it if you only have base game and you're just searching by the packs that you do have. And also, if you'd like to download this house, it'll be available on the gallery if you search Griffy or the hashtag MsGryphi. That information is also in the description down below, as it is on every single speed build I do. Just adding a little bit of clutter in here, though. We have some boxes under the table, some folded clothes, and an envelope of something that they haven't opened yet from the mail. I know my house has so much mail everywhere, so I thought that was pretty realistic, as well as some more paintings around. And there's some kids stuff over in the corner as well. I thought about like giving them a playroom, but with base game, we don't have too many kids' toys. So I thought it was better to just have them have a corner in the living room. And then this room was more like a skill building room. So we have a painting area. So we have like the easel and the little table. We have a desk and computer in here. And then I believe we add a card table as well. So nothing too crazy. Also, I couldn't for the life of me find that rug that looks like it's paint splatters. Did not come with base game because I couldn't find it. So that wasn't in here, but maybe it didn't come with base game. There's just so many items that I don't remember where they came from, but for some reason I thought it did. I thought it was like part of this set with all the paint splatters, but maybe it wasn't. But we're just adding some more decorations in that room before we move on to the master bedroom. I did think about using this bed, but I'm pretty sure we switched it out in the end because it was a little too fancy, but I might be wrong. I kept changing my mind about the bed. Oh yeah, we used this one, which is a base game bed that we didn't have from the start. We got it in an update like a year or so ago. And I believe it's because we got this bed in like the Sims Mobile or something. And then they added it to the Sims 4 as well. And I don't use it that often because some of the swatches are really weird. And they just give me major grandma vibes. So I don't use it very often. But I thought in this swatch it was really nice. It had some very light purple tones to it, and then this chair that came in that same update, I believe, matched very well as well. And we don't have a whole lot of clutter to add in here because there's only so much stuff with base game. I feel like every time I do a base game home, I'm like, I wish I had a vanity. It happens every time. I love vintage glamour so much, and the vanity is something I love using in my builds, so it's kind of sad when I can't use it, but we're just adding some more clutter, some laundry, some makeup, some just like skincare products, and of course a little plant on the bedside table. I love doing that, as well as a little painting of some butterflies, some tissues. I just like adding a little bedside table clutter because it's pretty realistic. I have so much stuff on my bedside table, like it would look horrible in The Sims, and I don't think you could stack as much. It's just like piled up. It's a mess, but I like adding clutter when I can. I think we end up adding some toothbrushes and stuff on the sink over here, if I'm remembering correctly, as well as we have those towels above the above the toilet, so that's pretty good. And this house does have 2 bathrooms. This one, we're doing the ensuite right now, but there's also a main bathroom in the house, and then this is the kids' room. It's very blue and yellow, and I really like that color scheme. I think the curtains that came with the toddler update are really cool. Like, they have some really fun color schemes, so I didn't feel too limited with this room for kids stuff. The one thing that I really wish this room could have had, which actually came from Parenthood, is like the kids' messy clutter where there's like clothes and book bags and books all over the floor. I think this room could have really used that, but of course it's not base game. There's just so many items that I feel like you use all the time and you're so used to having, and then you don't have them and you're like, oh. And the cool thing about this is I actually disabled all the other packs that I do have other than base game and the holiday pack, because I wasn't sure if I was going to use it or not. So I didn't even have those options. Like, they weren't in the game. So that was kind of cool. It also helped with screenshots, because since I didn't have seasons in the game, I didn't have to worry about weird weather. So that was a little bit helpful, because I love seasons and I love all the different like lightings we get, and of course all the seasons and weather. But like sometimes it's a little frustrating when it's a cloudy day, or it's raining, or it's a heat wave and you don't want it to be, or if it won't snow and you keep trying to make it snow with the weather machine, you keep getting electrocuted. It's just a mess sometimes. So it was kind of refreshing to not have to deal with weather. But anyway, we were trying to have the yellow wall, but I ended up using this yellow wall with all the speckles on it that came with the toddler update as well. And it's so cute. It also has like the blue on it. So I thought it fit really, really well with this room. But anyway, we are coming to the end of the video here momentarily. I hope you guys did enjoy this build. Let me know what else you'd like to see in the comments down below. Also, if you did like this video, make sure to give it a big thumbs up. You can also subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and if you click that little bell next to the subscribe button, it'll turn on notifications so you'll be notified of every single time I upload a new video. Thank you guys so very much for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye everybody.